Oh. This one time.
So, this one time.
This one time?
You know what? This one time.
This one time.
Oh my God, this one time?
The podcast.
Approximately how much money have we had to spend replacing expensive electronic items since we left the country almost 3 years ago?
That's a great question, Evo. Thanks for asking. I'm Sheila D.
And I am Evo Terra. We are Shivo. You are listening to This One Time, the podcast.
I can think of 4 things. Oh no, 6 things.
6 things?
6 things.
Wow, 6 things. Let me back people up to where we're talking about. So recently, I am now the new proud owner of a brand new 2017 MacBook Air. And it's lovely, and I didn't want to buy the damn thing. I do not have the money. We do not have the money. Thank you, patrons. But still, we do not have the money to afford me to replace my computer. However, it kind of doesn't matter when you do something stupid like drop a hard drive on it.
Yeah, that is bad.
So the cool thing is now I am rocking, my love, a very nice, lovely, lightweight, long battery life, fully updated, great computer that has a Thai keyboard on it. So you know how I've been trying to learn Thai? I can now learn Thai better. I can type it. Exactly. I made the guy at the Thai version of the Apple Store called iServe, which is rather ironic when you've spent some time in Thailand. Have him show me how to do the quick keyboard switching as opposed to going up to the upper right-hand corner. There's a keyboard shortcut.
Yes, there is.
He did like in 2, like hold this, boom, switch to Thai. Like, whoa, you have to show me how to do that. So he set mine up with that same rapid keystroke combination. So now I can switch between English and Thai. Here's the funny thing, though. There's only one time only and ever that I want that.
What?
To type the bot symbol.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to the US dollars, I want to type the bot symbol quite a lot. You know what key is not mapped on that keyboard?
The bot symbol.
Not there, man. I spent 10 minutes going through every key going, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
How weird that it's a Thai keyboard.
They don't type the bot symbol.
What do they type? Just numbers?
I'm not really sure, but I cannot find the bot symbol on the keyboard.
I might have to look at this for you. I'll find it.
Do you have a lira key?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Really? They don't even use the lira anymore in Italy.
I don't know. I've got some other foreign currency on there.
Well, it's probably...
I've got things in weird places. Oh, maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't use it either. But my @ symbol is in a weird place.
Yes, your @ symbol is where it should not be
ever
at.
Don't do that.
If you're wondering what's going on here, we're talking this particular program about having to replace equipment as you travel. It's happened to us twice.
6.
Well, you're right, 6 times. Thank you, my love. But twice for computers. When we were traveling in Italy, you had to buy a new computer. Why again, my dear?
Because I just told the story on the bus today. I lost my laptop in the canal.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Lost laptop in canal, and now here I am, almost 3 years later, and I decided to drop a hard drive. Now you might think a hard drive, that's no big of a deal. Have you seen the old LaCie hard drives from like 6 years ago?
They're massive,
and they're made of depleted uranium. So when you do drop one from the top shelf down to your computer, which you're a moron, and you had on the floor for some stupid reason because you were cleaning off your shelves, and it lands right on the keyboard. Dies. But here's the good news, semi-good news about this from a traveling point of view. We didn't have to cover the full cost of replacing said laptops. We were smart people, and we kept some insurance.
Yes.
Now, a lot of shows talk about travel insurance. We're not talking about travel insurance because we didn't do that for the longest time. But we did once we left America and got rid of our homes and our cars and our stuff that was out there when we were in the process of canceling things like home insurance, like car insurance, and like renter's insurance that we have. in chatting with our insurance company, which is USAA. No, this show is not sponsored by USAA Insurance. In fact, you can't even get USAA insurance unless you are a descendant or currently a dependent or were serving actively in the military in America. So thanks, Pop and Gramps and the others in my family that allowed us to do that. Anyhow, the USAA agent convinced us to retain a small amount of renter's insurance, if you will, on personal goods that we'd be traveling with.
Yep.
And it wasn't very much.
No, it's not much at all.
I believe if it's not single-digit dollars, it's double-digit dollars, but the first number is a 1. It's a pretty low
it's a small
number to hold on to this. And in both cases, when we were doing, well, I guess in one case we were doing something stupid. The other place both cases we were doing something stupid. Boom, replacement covers. I had to pay for a small deductible. Well, not a small deductible. I think your deductible at the time was $500, and my deductible was $250. But after that, the replacement costs came in. Now, yours was full replacement cost, I believe.
Right.
Mine less so because of the age of my laptop and some of the other challenges that it faced, as in that it was semi-functional, but not really. But whatever. It was like, I can't not do this. So here we are. I'm both rocking new. So I figured that is what the badge of a true international traveler is, when your keyboard is not from America.
That is true. That is true.
We beat all the other travel bloggers and podcasters and people out there because we rock a keyboard different than what is on our passport.
That is true.
I should have Rick from Counting Countries change his questions. One question is what country were you born in? The other one is what country do you hold a passport from? I'm like a third one. What country is your keyboard from? Yeah, that's true. But it's not been limited to just laptops, as you reminded me, my love. You said there are 6 things. That's 2. What are the other 4 things that we had to replace on the road?
We have both replaced our cell phones.
That is true. We have both had to upgrade iPhone 6s to iPhone 6 Pluses to new iPhone 6 Pluses.
Yes. I
remember my story. What was your story? I don't know that I recall. I remember we had to do it, but why did we have to replace your iPhone 6 again? It's just fuzzy to my memory.
Well, there was a hole in our dry bag.
This is when you were in Phuket. You were traveling in Khao Lak. Was spending some time with some friends of ours, and actually we were working. It was a working vacation. Well, not really a vacation. It was a working trip down to Khao Lak, working with the Marriott Hotel. Thanks, Hannah.
It was beautiful.
And spending some days. And part of the deal was we wanted to experience this 2-kilometer-long pool.
The longest pool in Thailand.
Winds its way through the property. Almost every room there. I think every room on the ground floor has an entryway to the pool.
Yes.
Ours is on the second floor. So ours technically could have been an entryway to the pool. It's just a matter of a little bit of a leap.
I don't think they recommend that.
No, I don't believe that pool gets any deeper than around 1.5 meters. So
I can stand up in it, so no.
So good. So we were experiencing some beach time there, and you and Amber, our friends Eric and Amber with husband in tow, they were there with us as well. You were out drinking with them at the bar, and
there might have been a few margaritas and a slide in that.
And because you're a travel blogger, you're a travel media producer, you have your phone with you everywhere that you go. Now, I believe at the time, did you have the life-proof case?
No.
Did not have the life-proof case. That'll prove important in just a moment. Didn't have the life-proof case on, but you did have a dry bag.
I did.
A 5-liter dry bag that all sorts of stuff can go in. We typically have your Kindle in there. Your camera goes inside of there. We'll even put cell phones in before we got life-proof cases. But in this particular case, the dry bag failed you, from what I understand.
It did. It had a hole.
And because of that hole, water got in the phone, and when you got back to the room, it's like, oh, there's about 3 to 4 centimeters of water in the bottom.
It's a lot of water.
It has ruined obviously the phone's probably dead because the phone is in the bottom of the bag, which is significantly underwater here. It did not work.
Did not work.
Totally toast. And your rationale to me at the time was that there was a hole in the bag. And I investigated. I went and looked through the bag and confirmed In fact, there was a hole in this dry bag. It's the top of the dry bag where you put stuff into the dry bag hole.
But that's
That
a hole.
Was the hole. You know, that's kind of required for a bag. If you don't have that, you have like a deflated football or something, but it certainly wouldn't be called a bag.
Whatever. That's how mine was replaced. Yours was faulty.
Well, mine was faulty because we were in Vietnam.
Saigon.
In Ho Chi Minh City, as it is now called, although you can also call it Saigon. No one matters if you do that there. And it was downpour for 3 days of horrible weather.
Right.
And that there was no, I mean, everything was wet. Everything I had on me at the time
was soaked.
Why didn't your phone get ruined?
Because I'm protective of mine.
No, you were as wet as I was. What were you doing? I mean, the reason mine went bad is it was in my pocket at the time.
Did you have it out for directions?
It might have been that. You might have wedged. So we took a motorbike, was our primary means of transportation around the city. And yeah, it's likely that you could have just kept yours dry by putting it up against your body. But me, I'm driving a motorbike, need it for directions.
Right.
And where you could have wedged the phone between my back and your front on the bike.
Thank you.
I was unable to do that.
I think so, yeah.
So my phone went tits up, and yeah. Now, in both of those cases, it's a nightmare to get a phone replaced. While it was simple enough to go and claim insurance on getting the laptops, the good news is in both of our cases we had Apple Care.
Right.
And Apple Care is wonderful to get your products replaced if you do something stupid like stuck in a rainstorm or the hole in the dry bag that managed to submerge your film. It's all great and fine with one exception. And that is that phones for the Apple products are not warrantyable outside of the country in which you bought them.
They're considered not global products.
That is the right way to say that. Thank you, my love. Yeah, they are not covered under a global warranty. So all we had to do was get on an airplane, fly back from Vietnam or Thailand to America and get a new phone. That was the recommended course to take. We opted for something else.
We were going to mail the phone back to like our son and then have him go take care of it.
Yeah, right.
But we found out quickly that you can't mail a phone, and especially the iPhone, because you can't take the batteries out. I don't know if you can take out batteries of other phones.
Some have removable batteries, and you could do that. Yes, but what you're saying here is Thailand has restrictions on what can be mailed out of the country.
Right. You can mail them in.
Yeah, that's the weird part. You can receive a phone in the mail with a battery in it, and the Thai post office will deliver it to you.
Right.
However, you cannot use the Thai post to send a phone with a battery in it out of the country. Yes, I do realize it's the exact same thing, only in reverse.
Doesn't matter.
I would recommend pointing that out when you get to the post office to them, that it's the exact same thing in reverse. It's fun. It is so wonderful to have them completely disagree with you and then refer you to the chart once again that says, sorry, cannot. So that didn't work. I remember for me, I found a person who was here living in Bangkok who was traveling back to America the next weekend. He took my phone with him when he got to San Francisco. He mailed it to our kid in Arizona, who then took it into the Apple store, replaced the phone. Then he went down to the post office the next day and mailed it right back to me. So about 3 weeks or so, I was without phone. What about you? What did you do? I don't recall.
I sent mine with Amber and Eric. They were going back for their U.S. tour. And once they hit, I think they flew into Miami. Once they hit there, then they mailed it to our son, who then took it to the Apple store, who then replaced it, and then mailed it back.
So the same process, except the person you went to fly back. So yeah, same thing. You find a friend going to America.
Right.
Then you deal with your family in America. Then you get the shipping back. So it's
a nightmare.
Nightmare. Okay, so that's 2 laptops. That's 2 cell phones.
And the last 2 things are 2 cameras.
2 cameras you've had to replace. Remind me of the cameras.
So the first one is in 2015,
Yes.
2016. My big camera, my big Canon, the motherboard went out.
Your SDLR, fancy
Yes.
schmancy, expensive camera
Yes.
went belly up on us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember taking that in. There's the Canon Warranty Center here in Bangkok. I recall taking that in,
Yep.
saying, hey, can you guys fix this? And they said, yes, we can, for the tune of something approximating $1,000.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we started looking at, okay, do we just replace it? Do we get it fixed? I do love that camera, but it's massive.
Huge. And
It's old.
because it was not under any special warranties
Right.
or was not covered under the replacement of the other properties that we had,
Right.
we said, yeah, let's do something different. So you upgraded.
I did upgrade. I upgraded to mirrorless, and I'm happy. I just switched to another one.
Yeah.
Sold the original one I bought, and then upgraded to a different one, and I'm really happy with it now.
But back me up. How did you ruin the camera? I mean, we talked about how we ruined the laptops and we ruined the phones. How did you ruin the camera?
Just from wear and tear.
Oh.
Yeah.
No real funny story there. It's not like you were taking pictures on the outside of the tuk-tuk and one of the broom vendors came by and whacked you with it.
No.
Could you say that? Because that would make it a lot more funny on the show.
I will tell you that I did have it in a plastic bag while we were walking around Songkran.
That's right. You did put it in a baggie around Songkran. Songkran is the giant state-sponsored water fight that takes over the entire country of Thailand every year. That could have had something to do with it.
It could have. I'd had some issues with it like the weeks
blame
before.
Let's blame it on Songkran.
Songkran?
Songkran
Okay.
did it. Yeah. Either the chalk they throw at you or the freezing cold water they throw at you. It was another adventure of travels that ate your big camera. Got it. Okay. 8 big camera. That's 5. What's the 6th item?
Another camera. It's the GoPro,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
which was a nightmare from day one. I don't think you've ever been happy with the quality. I
No.
was never happy with the quality.
No.
And so when it finally crapped out, after I think pretty much using it 10 times, we finally went, enough.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything more with this. And I replaced that with the Olympus Tough.
Right.
And I'm happy with that.
And there was absolutely nothing we could do about the GoPro other than just leave it in a corner of a shelf somewhere and we just look at it angrily every once in a while.
We do. I need to figure out what to do with that because we have a lot of extra equipment with it that we could probably sell.
Can we burn the unit itself out on the balcony?
Can
That
we?
would be great.
Can I video it? Can I video it with the new Olympus?
Yeah, right. What a piece of crap.
I
Ugh.
was not pleased. I know there are people that absolutely love their GoPros. I was not one of them.
And it's likely that we got just a bad unit. I get it. It happens.
Right.
But it was a pile of junk, so we shouldn't do that. Anyhow, there you go. 6 reasons why you should not travel with electronics the way we do.
Oh, wait.
Whoa, were there more?
No, but we did test out our mic today.
Yeah, just before recording, brought all of the equipment into the living room as we were doing a little bit of show prep here. And yeah, I dropped the microphone from my chest height down to the floor. But hey, you know what? The microphone sounds fine. You know why? It's a Shure SM58, and these damn things are indestructible. That is why you carry SM58s with you when you are a travel podcaster. Nothing else.
I think we answered that question.
I think we answered the question. Part of the reason why I asked that question is no one in the outside world sent us a question. If you would like to ask us a question and get an answer, it can be about travel, it can be about life, it can be about relationships, it can be weird trigonometry questions. Those Sheila will handle for you. The easiest way to get those to us is by going to shivo.wtf/call us. That's shivo.wtf/call us. They just upgraded this now. It now works super easy. So if you had problems before, you couldn't get there, go to shivo.wtf/call us on your mobile device, on your laptop, and send us a quick 90-second message. It goes right to us, and I promise you we'll get to it the very next week.
Our show, This One Time, would not be made possible without support from people like you. If you think our show is worthy of your financial support, Patreon makes it very easy.
Go to patreon.com. You could do that if you want to, but the best way to do it is go to shivo.wtf, sensing a pattern here, /Patreon, and get signed up on the list to get extra early bonus episodes from us. About every couple of weeks or so, we release a brand new bonus episode. It's a full-length episode that's a lot like this one that you've never heard, unless, of course, you're one of our patrons, because it only goes out to our patrons. And if you would like a postcard from us, we would love to send you a postcard. Go to shivo.wtf/postcards and get signed up. You'll get a postcard from us wherever we happen to be. You stay subscribed for a long time over there, and we keep giving you lots and lots. We have some people that are coming up on like 3 years of being our supporters getting postcards from us. That's awesome.
I think
Thanks,
we
Mike.
should send them something new.
Yeah, Mike and
Something
others that are
big.
doing it. Yeah, we need to give you guys a much better gift for that. So thanks for those who've been around for a long time. And the new folks out there, get a postcard from us. It's kind of fun. It shows you where we're traveling. If you can't travel, you can follow along with us as we travel along. shivo.wtf/postcards.
Our music is by Valea Valea.
Thanks for listening, listener. I am Evo Terra.
And I'm Sheila D.
For more information about us and where we're going, well, just simply stay subscribed. That's the easiest way to do it. Thanks for listening, guys. See ya.